8 has been a day filled with glowing and not-so-glowing performances, alongside the usual car crash moments that occur when pop stars get anywhere near a worthy cause. Organizer Sir Bob Geldof has rounded up the heads of pop's royal family, using the same persuasive tactics deployed when staging Live Aid in 1985, namely the implied suggestion that any band that refuses will dent their credibility forever. U2, Madonna, Sir Elton John, Sir Paul McCartney, and numerous younger, unknighted rock stars have agreed to give their services for free. The bill is random, newcomers following old hands, but as the day wears on, a pecking order of sorts emerges. Around the world, 9 further concerts are taking place in cities such as Rome, Berlin, and Philadelphia. For many gathered at these events, though, it is a single performance taking place tonight in London that generates the greatest anticipation. As Geldof grudgingly admits, in the US, why this band, with such a painful history of disorder, have agreed to do this is a far bigger story than Live 8 itself. On the day that Pink Floyd's appearance is announced, whispers circulate of a promoter guaranteeing $250 million for the four to tour. Pink Floyd's recording career began in 1967. They have since sold over 30 million copies of their 1973 album Dark Side of the Moon alone. Yet, their public falling out has sometimes threatened to overwhelm their artistic achievements. It has been more than 24 years since the 4 members shared a stage. In the meantime, Gilmour, Wright, and Mason have forged ahead with the Floyd name, releasing albums and staging tours, while Roger Waters, previously the group's bass guitarist, but also their most prolific songwriter and acknowledged ideas man, has raged from the sidelines, once declaring that his former colleagues took my child and sold her into prostitution, and I'll never forgive them for that. Forgiveness may not be on the agenda, but today the 4 have struck a truce of sorts. Pink Floyd haven't made an album since 1994, and under normal circumstances, coaxing what guitarist David Gilmour describes as this great lumbering behemoth to rouse itself out of its torpor would have been an arduous process. Yet, with the lure of a good cause and Geldof's expert arm-twisting, it has taken just 3 weeks between the reluctant Gilmour agreeing to play and the reformed Floyd arriving on stage in Hyde Park. At 10:17 p.m., David Beckham, officially the biggest footballer in Britain, introduces Robbie Williams, officially the biggest pop star in Britain, on stage. Williams's voice is noticeably frayed, but he slips easily into his routine, part boy band heartthrob, part Norman Wisdom, camping it up and making it difficult to imagine anyone having the crowd quite so on their side. Under the circumstances, it doesn't bode well for the next act. The Who. In 1964, Pink Floyd's drummer Nick Mason, then studying architecture at Regent Street Polytechnic, watched The Who perform My Generation and experienced a moment of epiphany. Yes, that's what I want to do. With 2 of their number now gone, The Who's surviving members, Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey, plus hired hands, plough through Who Are You and Won't Get Fooled Again. They avoid any direct communication with the crowd, and, in the case of Townsend and his impenetrable wraparound shades, any eye contact. The Who's performance is ferociously tight, with glimpses of their former chippy glory, but it seems to be over almost before it has begun. The show is approaching its 10th hour. The park is submerged in inky darkness. McCartney is still to play the closing slot, and on the sidelines, presumably, Tessa Jowell's blankets are being unpacked for those planning a long night under the stars. At 10:57 p.m., without any fanfare or a celebrity introduction, an eerie yet familiar sound begins drifting across the park. Any remaining roadies on stage suddenly disappear into the wings. The sound rises in volume, the steady, metronomic pulse of a heartbeat. Searchlights sweep over the audience, the video screen behind the stage flickers into life, and the heartbeat grows louder. Then comes the voice. I've been mad for fucking years. A snippet of speech from a Pink Floyd roadie recorded nearly 30 years